hate beautiful games. Lego Voyagers, No Man's Sky, The Order 1886, gorgeous, polished, critical disasters. But here's the thing, even when critics pan them, I still get bored and feel guilty about it. But here's what everyone's missing. These games aren't asking you to play, they're asking you to perform being the kind of person who should appreciate artistic experiences. Lucky for us, there is a solution. It's poop. No, I am not joking. Poop will save your gaming life, your dating life, and probably your career choices. But you gotta trust me. But first, let me tell you about the exact moment Lego Voyagers tried to sell me my own childhood. I should have loved Lego Voyagers. I've been obsessed with Lego since I was like forever. I still get that flutter when I see a new Star Wars set. So why didn't I enjoy Lego Voyagers? Despite having everything, gorgeous art, satisfying building mechanics, that perfect Lego clicking sound. But after 2 hours of creating, I was bored out of my mind. And that weird shame hit. The feeling you get when something everyone says is amazing just isn't for you. You could say something just didn't click for me. Here's what's actually happening. Lego Voyagers wasn't asking me to be creative. It was asking me to put on a little beret, grow a goatee, and sip artisanal coffee while going, yes, the special relationship in this block arrangement speak to the human condition. The game was selling me an identity. The kind where you're sophisticated enough to enjoy slow, artistic pieces and you value creativity over cheap thrills, blah blah blah. But I wasn't buying any of that bull. The Lego pieces I was assembling were an instrument of my creativity, but a calculated cold instruction manual. It's basically equivalent to paint by numbers. This is what we in the business, and by business I mean my mom's basement, call identity manipulation. It's basically when companies sell you an identity instead of actually engaging with the hot mess that is your actual personality. Within 30 minutes, my brain had run its authenticity test and found the game wanting. It looked like creativity, it sounded like creativity, but it felt like doing push-ups in a dream. And the worst part? Lego Voyagers isn't even the biggest offender. There's one game that perfected identity manipulation so well, it convinced millions of players that boredom was enlightenment. The game is No Man's Sky. And once you see how it pulled off this trick, you'll start recognizing the same playbook everywhere. Because you see, No Man's Sky at launch was identity manipulation on a massive scale. The marketing didn't just promise you infinite exploration, it promised you to have profound cosmic revelations while cruising through the stars. Every screenshot looked like, holy shit, is this real? Is this real? In reality, I spent most of my time wondering if that orange rock was more tangerine than the last orange rock, and whether either of them would taste better than they looked. Also, I'm hungry. But after 5 hours of that same mining loop on different colored planets, millions of players hit the same wall. The game wasn't about exploration, it was about performing exploration, gathering resources while pretending you're having profound cosmic experiences. Your brain operates with separate systems for this looks impressive to others and this feels meaningful to me. No Man's Sky masterfully triggered the first while systematically neglecting the second. The Order 1886 pulled the same trick from a different angle. This game looked like prestige television. Serious themes, movie quality production, historical gravitas. But playing it felt like the gaming equivalent of attending an art gallery opening. You should appreciate this, right? Wrong. The game was asking you to perform cultural sophistication, not engage authentically. It was high-budget busy work designed to make you feel refined for enduring it. These games exploit something psychologists call perform versus authentic identity. If you were praised for being thoughtful or having good taste as a kid, your brain learned to seek validation through mastery of impressive looking experiences. In short, beautiful games know exactly which buttons to press. But here's what's actually happening in your head when you play these games. When you look at something beautiful, a sunset, a painting, a gorgeous game screenshot, your brain releases a small hit of dopamine related to pattern recognition and aesthetic pleasure. It's the same thing that happens when you boot up Marvel Rivals and just see any skin. Oh, those are some nice chicks. Because when you solve a problem, learn a new skill, beat a challenge, your brain releases different chemicals related to mastery and growth. This is the satisfaction that creates lasting engagement. Beautiful games that focus on identity manipulation primarily feed the aesthetic appreciation circuit, while leaving the mastery circuit starved. You get brief hits of this looks amazing, but no sustained satisfaction from I'm getting better at something meaningful. It's like being fed cotton candy when you're craving protein. The initial sweetness is pleasant, but it doesn't sustain you. And eventually your body starts craving something with actual nutritional value. And by nutritional value, I mean the dopamine hit of finally landing that perfect combo, not actual vegetables. Let's be realistic here. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, cool, so all beautiful games suck forever? And normally I'd say yes, But then I played a certain game that screwed up my whole argument. Now, let me show you what authentic engagement looks like. It Takes Two. On paper, this shouldn't work for me. Cutesy art style, relationship therapy themes, and you know, I don't do therapy. But I played for 6 hours straight and lost track of time. Here's the difference. Every 10 minutes, you're learning something new. The game doesn't ask you to appreciate its cleverness. It demands you engage with fresh problems. It's not selling you an identity, it's giving you challenges that reveal new capabilities. The game trusts that solving interesting problems together will create the emotional experiences they want, instead of trying to manufacture the emotion directly through aesthetic manipulation. Like, I genuinely felt closer to my homie 2 hours in. And yes, we're both grown men who got a bit emotional. No homo, but also maybe a little homo. Point is, the game earned it. Your brain was actually doing stuff the whole time. New mechanics every few minutes, constantly trying to figure things out. The pretty visuals were just the icing, not the whole damn cake. See, that's the difference. This game actually cares if you're having fun, not just if you look cultural while playing it. And once you see this pattern, you can't unsee it. Bitch, trust me, I tried. Because realizing how much of your life is just pretty packaging around empty experiences can be hard to swallow.
That's what she said.
That job looks prestigious but drains your soul? Again, identity manipulation. That relationship that checks all the right boxes on paper but feels like effort? Boom, identity manipulation. Those hobbies you pursue because they make you seem interesting rather than because they make you feel alive? 3 for 3, identity manipulation. The sophistication trap is everywhere. We stay in situations that look good to others but feel hollow because we've been trained to value our perform identity over authentic engagement. Your gaming preferences aren't just entertainment choices, they're diagnostic tools revealing the difference between what you think you should want and what you actually want. You follow me? So here's a framework I promised. I call it the poop test. Performance or organic preference. And it works for everything. Games, relationships, career decisions, all of it. Wait, did I really call it the poop test? That seems like a terrible name. You later wrote it down, man. Fair enough. Look, terrible name aside, this thing actually works. Just ask yourself when you play your next game. Does this make me feel more like myself or more like who I think I should be? Am I excited about the experience or excited about having experienced it? Would I do this if no one would ever know? It's like a lie detector test, but for your own BS. But here's the thing. Once you start applying the poop test to everything, you realize most of your life choices have been failing it. Your body knows before your brain does. Tension, restlessness, that urge to check your phone, that's data, not weakness. Your boredom isn't a personal failing, it's sophisticated pattern recognition protecting you from beautiful substitutes. For satisfying that hunger you've been ignoring since the third orange. Rock. Again, I am hungry. LEGO Voyagers failed the poop test because it asked me to perform childhood wonder instead of actually being curious. No Man's Sky failed because it asked me to perform philosophical depth instead of genuine exploration. The Order failed because it asked me to perform cultural sophistication instead of having fun. When something fails the poop test, your nervous system is doing you a favor. It's saying, look, this might look impressive to others, but it's not feeding what you actually need. Trust the poop, because remember, your boredom is quality control for your attention. So the next time you get bored with something everyone says is amazing, don't feel guilty, feel proud. Your brain is protecting you from beautiful substitutes for genuine engagement. That weird shame when you quit a masterpiece after 2 hours? That's your authenticity detector working perfectly. Don't let anyone convince you it's broken. I hate beautiful games because they've taught an entire industry that manipulation can substitute for engagement. That selling identities can replace creating experiences. That making players feel sophisticated is easier than making them feel capable. But I love games that are perfectly happy with me looking like a goblin hunchover with my controller, muttering, okay, but what if I try this for the 15th time? Instead of games, leaning back and stroking my chin. Oh yes, this wine is delicious. Your brain isn't the problem, it's the solution. And if you want to keep improving your gaming life, you should definitely